So if you don't want to hear the backstory to the, of how this happened, y'all could just fast forward like 2-3 minutes to where the quote unquote drama takes place. But basically, this house about a little over a year ago purchased, and same old scenario. Renovated, bought it to renovate, and and I had listed it for sale. About, I don't know, 2-3 weeks go by, I get an offer, accept the offer, got a buyer, and so the bank, had to get the buyer had to get an appraisal. So ordered the appraisal, and then let's just say a Monday. I think the appraiser was went on a Monday, and I didn't get the appraisal back, or the buyer didn't get the appraisal back for like 5 days. So once the buyer got the appraisal back, they sent me a copy of the appraisal, stating that these things needed to be addressed. It was simple stuff like covers on the electrical outlets or whatever, heat registers, stuff like that. But anyway, as I'm looking at the pictures on the appraisal, I realize the house has furniture in it. Or not, not a lot of furniture, just like a Christmas tree and a bunch of shoes everywhere and dishes and stuff on the counter. I'm like, what in the world? I'm looking like, is this the right house? And so I'm looking closely at the pictures, and I'm like, yeah, it's the right house, because that's the work I did, to the house. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I called the buyer's agent, and I'm like, did you see the pictures on the appraisal? And she was like, yeah, I seen them. What's going on? I was like, did you see the furniture and stuff in there? She gonna say, yeah, I thought you just put somebody in there to watch the house. I was like, no, I didn't. And she was like, what? You mean tell me you got a squatter? I was like, obviously so, because the house was empty, as you can see in the video that's showing, part of the video right now. There's nothing in there. That's how it looked when I, listed it for sale, empty. And anyway, so I went over there to see. I immediately went over there to see like what's going on. And, sure as the grass is green, there was a car in the driveway. And so I knocked on the door. Nobody answered. And so I just kept knocking on the door. And then I had called a locksmith to come open the door. Like, maybe he got there probably an hour later. Keep in mind, I've been knocking on this door for like 30 minutes. Nobody ever answered. So, so I got to so the locksmith finally arrived like an hour later. And so as he starts to open up the door, then somebody yells out the window, like, can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, this is my house. Like, what are you doing in there? And she immediately jumped to, I got a lease. I'm like, you got a lease? I'm like, I didn't ask you about a lease. I was like, why are you in my house? And so, we going back and forth, and she basically like, I got a lease, get off my property, blah, blah, blah. She clearly, in my head, knew, how if she had a lease, then she can't be put out, I guess, is what most people assume to be how it goes with squatters. They got this thing called squatter rights, which come to find out it's not what they think it is. But anyway, fast forward like the next day, I had called DTE to get the power and stuff cut off, because that's basically what you can do legally to get a squatter out of your property, which I had already called my lawyer to find out, like, what can I do? She said you can cut the power off, lights, gas, all that, and you can change the locks. If you are able to get in the house, you can change the locks. So that's basically where the video is picking up at, is after I had called the police and I was waiting there for 3 hours for them to show up. That's where it's picking up at. And so basically, me, the squatter, and the police are basically going back and forth about who's in the right, who's in the wrong, and all this, and all that stuff. So Um, that's basically what you about to see now.
I got it. I got insurance. Go ahead and blow it up. I got insurance. Got my paperwork right here. I called too. Here you go. There's my deed. There's my articles of incorporation. That's the articles to show the business is in my name. The deed is on the next page. This lady squatting in my house. The house is actually listed. The house is listed for sale. Only reason I even found out is because the appraiser told me when he came over here to appraise the house. He's like, well, you know, it's somebody living in the house. I'm like, no, it's not. The house is completely empty. He's gonna say, you better get over here. No, it's not. Got over here, and she's gonna put furniture and everything in the house. So what are we gonna do?
Well, I'm sure you know how this works. You have to take her to court.
That's not how. No, that's not what they told me. I don't even know her name, so I'm gonna take her to court.
Well, I mean, she has a signed lease agreement for here.
I could go to Staples and get a lease agreement and fill it out.
This is what I'm telling you. The individual who drafted up that lease agreement, whoever that is, that's who needs to be contacted. She's contacted him. He's not answering the phone.
I would assume.
But see, here's the thing though. Your animosity shouldn't be with her. Both of y'all got scammed.
No, I didn't get scammed. I didn't have no animosity to her in the first place. When she immediately, it was weird because when I knocked on the door initially, nobody answered. I banged on the door, nobody answered. Called the locksmith, then they decided to answer the door. She yelled out the window, "Can I help you?" I was like, "Yeah, this is my house. Well, I got a lease." I didn't even ask you about a lease. I just said it's my house. They immediately jumped to, "I got a lease." Come on now. To get in the door. I didn't notice you. I thought nobody was in there because nobody was opening the door. They took my lockbox off the darn meter, the gas meter.
Yeah, so there was from DTE. DTE cut power on here.
It's off now. Anyway, they said, well, for her to get it in her name as a leasee or whatever, she would have to show a lease with it in my name. She doesn't have a lease in my name. She got a lease in somebody's name. I don't even know. But they took the gas meter because I told him to cut that off, and he just left like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. But she said she's gonna blow my house up and everything else like that. So what we gonna do about that?
If the gas meter gone, what does that mean for the house? That's what she was saying. She's not gonna blow it up. She don't want to get blown up.
No, that ain't what she said. She said, oh, we going to the streets now. I'm gonna blow this bitch up walking in the house. I'm like, what?
Okay.
That ain't, no. I know what she said. I got it on video. She said, yeah, I'm gonna blow this bitch up. I'm like, I got insurance, okay. She said, I hope you do. Exactly what she said.
I'm just telling you what she said.
So you mean to tell me, that's not what the other cop said, man. He said the POD or PDO, what is it? POD. You took my key. It was in the lockbox.
I never took your key, sir.
Well, where'd you get the key from?
I got it from the person that let me.
Where is he at? Call him. Get him here.
It's obviously at some point in time that I've been scammed just as well as you. But your disposition and coming in danger of me and my kids are blowing up is the bullshit.
Okay, so how much you want to leave? Huh? How much?
Exactly. I want all my money back.
You first of all, you ain't getting nobody no $5,000 to get in here. That got to be the dumbest thing in the world to give somebody $5,000 to move in here.
Your attitude is bad, Billy.
Your attitude would be bad too if you got a house listed for sale and somebody is in here.
You think I'm gonna be frauded for somebody staying in Detroit?
Yeah, you talking about I got 130 grand on the line. You talking about I got? Get out of here.
But the way you be talking stuff.
I didn't start talking stuff till you did.
Okay,
So you saying I gotta go through a 5-month process of court? That's not what they told me. That's not even what my lawyer told me.
Where's his attorney?
I can call her. You want to talk to her?
no, because it's once all that stuff get involved, nobody talks to nobody unless you got an attorney yourself.
Oh, I do. Because I pay legal funds.
Call our neighborhood police officers.
I thought that's who y'all were.
We're not the neighborhood police officers. They're the ones who like handle this stuff. They They sent us over here. 'Cause
It's cold.
it's cool. So, hey, well, you working? Alright, I'm over. And I have the owner here of the property here. However, there's also an occupant here that has the lease drafted up from someone other than the owner. Right? So in order so he has to file an eviction on her, even though the lease that she has is not with him.
That's not an eviction. That's not the definition of eviction. You can evict a tenant. She's not my tenant.
You said what? I'm about to put you on speaker so he can hear you.
Yeah, let me hear.
As far as it goes, we got a situation over here. Somebody generated a lease, at least at the house. Owner is there with the deed. Are we still sending them down to 36th District Court? Because the situation of that deed. How long has that house been vacant? Nobody been watching it.
The house is listed for sale. It's been vacant for probably 2 months now.
Yeah, you gotta go 36. It's been vacant. It's been vacant for 2 or 3 months.
I got everything. I'm also the listing agent for the house.
I've been sending everybody to the district because there's too many questions and there's too much stuff that'll get us in trouble.
Yeah.
So I've been sending that way.
How am I go? Let me ask y'all something. How am I gonna go to court with somebody I don't even know? I don't know her name, number, none of that. Well, I supposed to.
You listed as occupant.
Yeah.
You listed as occupant, and then what happens is when they don't show up to court, the judge is going to grant you it anyways right there, and then you go ahead, you get the bailiffs, and then the bailiffs come and they just throw them out.
That takes how long?
I don't know.
That's 36th District.
Yeah, that's 36 District Court.
Man, that's gonna take months. I got a buyer for the house. This house has a pending sale. That's not gonna fly.
I don't know what to tell you, sir.
Tell me I'm about to take her out my house. Like, what are you talking about? It's anybody can go draft up a lease, man. So you mean to tell me that that house right there that's empty, I can just go get a lease and put my name on it and walk in there?
Yeah. It's set. It's messed up, but it's a civil matter. It's like not a criminal matter.
The crime is her going in my house. That lockbox was on that darn meter.
So
Somebody broke and got it.
So you say you're the broker, right?
No, I'm the owner
You're the
and
owner
agent.
and
Yes.
the agent. Okay. But the simple fact that she was scammed just as much as you was.
We don't know that. Cause where's this guy at? Where's she getting money to him at? Show me some paper where you paid him.
As far as criminals, because she has a lease to this.
Okay, she can't be in a house with kids with no gas. That's criminal.
You ever been a police officer?
No.
But what I'm saying to you is the way we have to move in these type of issues is like I just told you, and then they just told you. You would have to go down to the court. My recommendation is you go down there right now, show them everything you just showed me and everybody else, and they can grant you an emergency eviction. That's the only
They
thing
say
I
that
can say.
I've been through that. Them emergency evictions take just as long as a regular eviction.
I'm not.
But
Thanks, Wade.
I don't. All right, yeah. What's the name of the paper? Because it can't be a regular eviction because that basis is off of your tenant and owner. She's not my tenant, so that's not a regular. That's not a regular eviction.
Quit the property for your property.
A quick deed.
You can ask them for your
But I don't know.
property in the
Okay.
interest.
I don't know none of
I
this
don't know.
stuff or what's going on with this house. Nothing. Nothing. Yes. They did this morning.
It's you or this.
No, he came out and put that lock on. I know. Remember they took that master lock off?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's what he put
So,
on.
no.
today.
The
Yeah, when
DTE
they
did
came
put
out,
that on
they took
today.
the whole meat off. I got videos. I got
Well, call DTE and tell them to get your gas
I
on.
can come on. What is that?
It's
So which court I gotta go to? You say what?
36.
Where is that even at?
321 Madison, downtown.
So fast forward, like 4 days, 5 days later, finally got in the house. You know, had the locksmith get me in. We changed all the locks, but in between them 4 or 5 days, man, me and my business partner, we was down there every single day, trying to, you know, basically go down there, call the police, let them know, like, hey, this is a squatter in the house. They take their sweet time getting there, 3-4 hours, but we wait. And, you know, they basically kept saying the same thing. Oh, this is a civil matter, blah, blah, blah. And then every day we just kept going down there, being a nuisance. And, you know, and so eventually, on this, I think, 4th day, she eventually left because, you know, there's no gas or lights on. So it's like, it's in the middle of December. So she's freezing cold. As you can see, they got the extension cord going from the neighbor's house. But, you know, they can only do that for so long. And so, but the 5th day, we went back down there to just check on the house, and she had broke in through the side door because it's a glass door or glass window on the door on the side, and she had like busted it out and then just basically twisted the lock and got in. I don't know for what, maybe she needed I don't know what for, but anyway, she was in there again. So when we show up, you know, once again had to call the police, but this particular time they took forever to get there. It was like 5-6 hours go by. I'm like, man, I gotta go home. So we just ended up leaving, and so the next day, about to go down there, do the same thing, try to basically force her out that way, without any like physical, without breaking the law, basically. So we get down there. Well, I get down there, and it's just like a miracle from God. She had a completely different demeanor. Her whole attitude was different. She was like, I just want to apologize. I'm in the wrong. I know I got scammed. I just had to come to the realization I got scammed, this, that, and the other. And, she said she found a place on Marketplace. She was looking for a place to rent on Marketplace. And my house was listed on Marketplace for rent for like $1,200 a month or whatever. And she said she gave the guy $5,000 to get in, and this, that, and the other. So I don't know if this is the truth or not, because I don't know. Because people do that. There is scammers that do go on Marketplace listing houses that don't belong to them. I done heard numerous stories about it. So it could have happened, it couldn't have. I don't know if she gave him $5,000. That seems kind of crazy to get somebody that much down for rent in Detroit. I've never heard of that, but whatever. I just felt bad because it was like a week before Christmas, but I had a sale. I'm like, gotta close in a week on the house. So it's like I don't know, man. It was all sad at that point. And then I was like, you know what? I apologize too, because we both was yelling at each other, and but I don't know. Some people be like, man, nah, she knew what she was doing. She was a squatter, da da da. And then some people be like, yeah, maybe she did get scammed, but I don't know what's the truth. I ain't about to judge on it. I don't know, but that's basically, how we ended up getting the house. How I got the house back. Even if she was if she was a squatter and she didn't get scammed, she was gonna leave eventually with no. Because in Michigan, from what what my lawyer told me, you can cut the lights and gas off. You can change the locks if you can get access inside. And once you do that, then now they're breaking and entering. If I'm not mistaken, that's how I go. Like once you get in the house and change the locks, and they come back, now they're breaking and entering because you're in there now. You know what I'm saying? So basically, that's how it went. But we was able to close on our actual closing date. We cleaned the house up, got all her. We ended up giving her some I don't know, like a couple $100 or whatever, to help her with basically like $1,000 to help with the storage, U-Haul, and the movers. We paid for the movers to get all her stuff out and to move it into storage. So we did that, but basically that was it. And we ended up selling the house, and that was a different experience there. That was the first time I ever had to deal with a squatter. But yeah, that's it.